and we are audible.
Oh.
Ah! That's how you start a stream.
Yeah, that's how I start most of my streams, which is screaming into the microphone.
Ah! The catchphrase. Some people have hello and welcome. Some people have hey, what's up? It's your boy Crispy. And you just have ah! Oh, new fact.
Because I panic every time I start a stream.
I mean, usually when I stream anything, it's the first 20 minutes or so is just me fiddling around to make sure that everything is working right. Because, you can never tell until everything's going.
Streaming is precarious. Technologically precarious. Yeah. Always play this music with Bone and Body games. That's from Don't Starve, actually. Just played a few Don't Starve tracks. Just had the Hoedown, which I think plays when one of the characters turns into a werebeaver or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Sure.
It happens. Don't worry about it. Hi, Christy. How you doing?
I will never worry about anything that happens in Don't Starve ever again.
We should play it again, only now slightly more wary of giant goat monsters.
No.
I still have it installed. We were going through that the other day. I was like, oh, this is still here.
Yeah, they added a new character recently, so
Ooh. Marvelous.
I have no idea what she does.
Your cat, Chris. I just noticed what it is.
It's wrong.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's a bit wrong.
Not just a bit.
Will take partial responsibility for that. Considering I have wrong bones, and I said, well,
Yeah.
if you don't know what to draw, we have wrong bones, maybe a wrong cat.
It's a wrong cat.
It sure
and
is
that's
a
very
cat.
wrong.
Yeah.
That's a very wrong cat.
So we're doing more bone game today. But Ragdoll has also tossed into the mix some fake skeletons. So I decided to draw wrong cat. Under
Sure is a wrong cat.
A very wrong cat.
Yeah. It's a stream. I don't know how to start these.
Almost as wrong as Chris Pratt voicing Garfield.
I saw is he just like, has he signed like a deal with the voice actors union that he just gets first say on whether he can have any part anywhere?
It seems like it.
It's like the man's not known for his variety.
No. He's also just in general not known for his voice acting.
No, he's known for looking like generic male video game protagonist.
Yeah. And he's decent at that, so stay there.
Yeah. Stay in your lane, Pratt.
I thought he was voicing Mark.
Yep.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
And then a few days later or a week later, it turned out he's also gonna be voicing Garfield in an upcoming
hilariously
Garfield
enough,
movie.
Apparently, so Devil May Cry had a new game that came out a couple years back, and they've apparently decided to make another anime. They apparently someone in the Devil May Cry production team apparently decided to announce officially that no, Chris Pratt would not be voicing Nocte in the anime. Because apparently that's a thing that needs to be
because
done,
it is,
and
it's literally easier to point out the roles he's not doing.
Yeah.
Than it is to point out the ones that he is.
I mean, also that's apparently that's now a legitimate concern that Chris Pratt is gonna show up somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually, I had no idea that he would be into.
yeah, and I mean, like you said, it'd be one thing if he had was known for a range of values.
Yeah.
So Jack Black is one of those actors where he's, even if his voice doesn't change that much, the way he presents himself
He's got
varies wildly.
Yeah, he's got extremes. It's
Yeah,
one thing you can
and
say about Jack. Jack Black's almost a
he's-
cartoon already, so
yeah, well, and also he's really good at like convincing you of things that he's not. So like he played a teenage girl in Jumanji, and I
Yes.
believed him.
he's tricky. Also, he is, first came to light as a vocalist. He's a singer in a band, and then started doing
Yeah.
acting from there. I don't know. Such is the world. I'm complaining about this. I have no intention of watching any of these films. I've still got everything from the 1960s till now to watch.
I mean, they already made the perfect Mario movie back in like the 90s, so we're done.
I'm tempted to watch that. It must be said. It looks like the kind of
It
fun.
is wild. It is a very wild ride. Like, I can't even say that knowing the Mario games makes the movie make any more sense, because it's just wild.
I feel like quite the opposite, actually. It probably makes more sense if you don't. I've seen the Goombas, and yeah, it's just weird.
I recently saw what the Goombas in that movie looked like for the first time, and it was just like, what?
I think that was everyone's reaction, including the people in the film.
I'm pretty sure that someone in the production team looked at the old descriptions of the Mario world, where it's like, oh, we've got this like race of lizards, and also apparently the Mushroom Kingdom is members of the Mushroom Kingdom are being transformed into objects, and just decided to play it straight. And I thank them for it, because they've made something exceedingly glorious. Not necessarily like good,
Yeah,
but it's glorious.
it's
Anyway.
yeah. Anyway, Bones.
Bones.
Yes.
Let's see if we can make something that's not good but glorious.
I doubt it.
Who wishes to go first? Nobody wishes to go first.
Well, I know already what's in the layers, so you guys are going to have to pick random numbers for me.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I go first?
Okay.
Or should we subject Ragdoll to their own hubris? I don't know. Or do you want to go first?
You go
Those are the three options. Okay, I'll go first.
I've decided. You go
That's
first.
fair. If anybody wishes to pipe up and take control, you are more than welcome, because I will immediately bow down to your superiority.
I should probably.
I helm this vessel not through action of my own part, but through the fact that no one else was here when I got here. Okay, numbers. What numbers have we got?
We have the numbers 1 through 15.
1 through 15. People like going for the middle, so I'm going to go 2. Hello. Ah, it's a smiling friend.
Sure looks happy.
Okay,
Yes,
now
so this one is an actual bone.
Okay, now, do I take this seriously, or do I do what just immediately came into my head?
Do you ever take this seriously? Why would you start now?
Okay then.
I mean, last stream we got
Oh,
so, and the stream
was
before that,
great.
you turned a flamingo backwards.
Yeah, there's a similar thing
I also
happening
gave
here.
a fish legs, so yeah.
You
Don't
can't
know why you
prove
start now, but
you can't prove that didn't have legs.
I mean, I was less concerned about him giving it legs and more concerned about him giving it like a very rounded buttocks.
Yeah. Somebody asked me to draw the reverse. It's not my fault.
I think it was your fault.
But I mean, partially.
I think
Can I get the opacity down to like 20%?
Yeah. So, me.
Fantastic. Okay. How's this gonna I don't want to draw construction and give it away. I just kind of want to leap in. Then let's just work this out as we go, shall we?
You have the construction already. It's called a skull.
Yeah, but like the
Yes.
outlines and stuff.
But we already know he's going to take it and make something wrong out of it. So
Yeah, that's fair. As
That's-
long as it's happy.
Oh, it's going to be happy. Don't worry about that.
yes, but are we going to be happy?
No.
Probably not. It was already going to give it a pupil. Oh,
Yep.
So that's the basis of the idea. Now I've got to work out the rest.
one eye is already larger than the other eye.
Yep, this is not going to be.
Not the one it should
This
be.
is not going to be symmetrical. Don't you worry about that.
Chapter rules.
There's the first mouth, and here's the second.
What do you mean second mouth? Why you say here's the first mouth and this is the second mouth like it's a normal thing?
Because it's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear. I
still-
mean,
Hang on.
strangely enough, though, what
Misinterpreting
you've
where
got
these
so
teeth
far for mouths is still less upsetting than the we see all of the gums
Oh,
from last
the
week.
Oh, yeah,
giraffe, yeah.
Should probably have some gums in there, but it's fine.
That was a crime. But to be fair, I also made a crime last time, so.
Okay, so here's the question: Why is the bone missing?
I mean, to be fair,
Does it go
the
straight?
crime you made was based off of a crime that already existed.
Yeah, and also I can fully blame Miss for that. And I will.
Oh. Putting that as two separate mouths is just doing so many odd things with those teeth.
Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of logistical problems I've got to iron out here.
Yeah, like, what is going up on the top? Does it just have a hole in its skull?
That's to be determined. I think it's got big floppy ears.
Thank God it has at least that.
It has at least something for the cute factor.
Yeah. I mean, certainly not the mouth that's gonna be working into the cute factor, so.
Which one? I imagine this friend is nice and fluffy.
I mean, if it was just the mouth there in the center, it'd probably be fine. But the tooth situation you've got going on there on the left is
Setting.
They also only have one nostril.
it looks like was subjected to like weird experiments.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
this is the product of one of those card experiments in Inscription. It's
Also like a weird like zombie bunny almost.
yeah, it's kind of got that going for it, isn't it? Something you find in like Transylvanian pet shop or something like that.
It's like zombie, but the skeletons of two bunnies got kind of mixed up and they made one horrifying creature when resurrected.
You know, this looks like it would be the comic relief that has something upsetting happening to it and then pulls everyone's heartstrings type character to show
Aw.
up in a like weird horror comedy cartoon.
Yeah, definitely. It certainly has that vibe of like stupidity.
I can't argue that.
I mean, not all comic reliefs are stupid, but you know.
This one is.
Definitely. It's like it's stupid in a way of like it's not aware of what's going on like ever.
It's very much in its own little world.
Yeah. And everyone, like the main protagonist is constantly like get it together. And just trying to get them to pay attention to the present. Or to what's going on, trying to get them to take it seriously.
I kind of want to draw them shrugging, but at the same time that implies that I'm giving them some sort of proportions, which is...
The patented crispy shrug. It's back, everyone.
Yay! This is the form you all wanted it to come back in, right?
Now it's like a weird meme template.
I mean, Tumblr's weird. I don't think it's this weird.
I don't know. It's really reminding me of the like
Just like
it's like
velociraptor
this
claw.
meme template where there's like a person on the side and it's like a weird like version of an ad and it's like blank in me it's more likely than you think. And I don't know, I'm just now imagining that.
Mouths in my cheek? More likely than you think.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just a random spike there at the end of the paw.
It's like a velociraptor claw, but it goes the other way.
Cannot walk on those legs.
Oh, it's bipedal.
Oh no. It cannot grab anything with that. Then.
Oh no, it can grab things too efficiently. It can grab things, it's very difficult to get them off again.
Yeah, it's got the claw stuck in it.
And it wears very high-waisted trousers.
Oh, I think I just realized what this face shape reminds me of.
Well, that reaction, it must be good.
I mean, technically, yeah. So there's a webcomic that I used to read, haven't in a while, so I have no idea where it's going or if it's ended, called Goblins.
Goblins.
And basically the premise is that it's set in a sort of D&D type world, and it follows a bunch of goblins that decided that, hey, we're kind of sick of being the, like, level 1 adventurer type thing, and level 1 adventurers coming in and just raiding our town. So we're going to... So they each gained a class, and now they're also going on an adventure type thing. And a lot of the head shapes are sort of similar to this. Not with two mouths, at least not any that I've seen. But the sort of frumpy shape there. And one of the characters even has low-hanging ears like that instead of sticking up ears.
Did you give it pants?
Yeah, it's got high-waisted trousers. Why?
Oh.
Why do you ask?
Just wanted to make sure.
Well, that's
Those
alright.
are very uncomfortably high.
Yeah. I like Simon Cowell going on here.
It's wearing waders. It doesn't want to get its fur all wet.
It's an angler.
Now, are the two mouths, like, attached to the same cavity area? Or...
There's a question. It's left to interpretation, let's say.
I'm not quite sure why I'm trying to find structure in a shape like this.
Yeah. It's the mathematical drive. I've been I've been faced with absurdity. Must find structure.
Yeah, essentially. Because especially with the tongue going out that way.
Yeah, does the other mouth have a tongue? There are many unanswered questions.
Don't want to know.
Yeah. I was gonna say there are many unanswered questions. No one's asked them though. So.
No one
Nobody
asked
wants
them
to
for
know.
a reason.
I guess I should, just for the sake of completion, just have
Another claw there. Fill in.
because I know people will be upset if I didn't do that. Every food is kebab. Cool. This is
It's a unicorn.
kebab.
Kebab,
Kebab.
which was built off of a rhinoceros skull.
Fantastic. Oh, this is a little cute little rhino. I don't have a separate thing open, so this is just going to be the whole screen for a second. Apologies. There's a rhinoceros. Now let me try and get it in a separate window, so that we can see it alongside and see just how good a job I did.
I mean,
So practically,
you got a big spiky bit.
you know, yeah, I got the horn, kind of.
Not a horn if it's on your wrist.
It's
God, that is like absolutely the most uncomfortable position for a giant claw.
here's what I'm thinking. We've got the mouth on the right hand side, their right hand side of the face. On the left hand side, you've got a bunch of fluff. Is there another mouth under the fluff? At least it'll be symmetrical, you know.
I'm not sure if that makes it more upsetting or less upsetting.
I'm not sure either.
I mean, it's always going to be upsetting.
Yeah.
The precise quantity of upset is to be determined. Chibi does not like
I mean,
this.
I think I find Tori's mouth less upsetting, is the thing.
Oh
here.
yeah, definitely.
I have a knack for making upsetting mouths, it seems.
Put that in your Twitter bio.
Gladly. Well, there you go. There's Kebab. What a whimsically fantastic start. We're off to the races. Who wants to go next?
We mean we're running away.
Yes, exactly.
I'll go next.
Chibi, draw a good.
Excuse me.
Let's go.
Save this stream.
10? 10.
10?
10 is a good number. Yeah, 10.
Oh.
Okay.
Is the skull at the bottom attached?
No, that was part of a logo.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's okay. Well,
If not for the sad things happening to it, you do love Kebab. That's right, Kebab's always chipper.
we all know I only know how to draw one kind of fish, so
Here we go.
I can draw 7. Hey, it's the joke that most people won't get yet. And those that do have that reaction. Anyway, who says this is a fish?
I do.
Where are the legs?
I mean, some
Sometimes
fish do have legs. It's just that most of them don't have a rounded buttocks.
Cowards.
I mean, unless they're fishmen, in which case.
Yeah, you got
They
like,
can sort of have whatever parts they want.
what's that film? Shape of Water.
Yeah,
They're all. Oh, 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 yeah, oh.
that's the one with the fish. Oh, actually, speaking of movies, that reminds me. So I got curious and looked up more information on the Lawnmower Man
Ah.
movie because with a title like that, it's just kind of like, well, that's weird. This, you're right. There is no lawnmower in this. And my first thought was that, well, maybe lawnmower is like a weird, not very well known or not very well known anymore, like reference to something in cyberspace type thing. Because there's a lot of technical words in computer science that
Hmm.
uh, just sound weird. Dongle is one of my favorites. That's
Yeah.
technically a computer science term, and it is a technical term. um, and I found out why it's called Lawnmower Man. But basically, it's one of these things of I now have more questions.
Always the best.
So the name comes from a Stephen King short story to the point where the movie was originally marketed as Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man.
Right.
But the reason why it was, oh, this is how it was originally marketed is because there was a lawsuit and Stephen King sued them where it's like, you can't use my name and title for this because this doesn't resemble my original novel. And it's one of those things like, okay, well, maybe there's all sorts of adaptations where it's like things change. So, like, the iRobot movie doesn't really resemble any of Asimov's work.
Yeah.
Um, but with this one, it's like, okay, this isn't even a same name characters or similar setting, but things aren't done well. No, there is nothing in common with the Stephen King short story and the movie. Because the Stephen King short story does involve a man, a lawnmower, and a lawnmower man.
Wow, you get all sides of the equation.
Yeah. So, as for why the movie is called Lawnmower Man, my only answer is they were just trying to use Stephen King's name to sell their movie. That's it. That's all I can figure from this because
It's-
there's nothing in common.
And that was the closest story they could find to the film they were making.
I guess.
Oh no,
It's just
we're killing Chibi with.
Stephen King's written a lot of short stories, so why they chose that one, I do not know. Um,
Blup.
but yeah, it's just weird. And I see we've made Magikarp.
Yeah.
I did say I only knew how to draw one fish.
And look at them.
It's Magikarp,
Yeah.
clearly.
It's Magikarp with a really tiny mouth.
Magical.
Everything's just pushed to the forward.
They sort of look like they're looking up and going, "What are you three talking about?" Lawnmowers?
Yeah. You're like here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just up here talking about lawnmower men.
Look what?
Did I mention
I mean, to
that?
be fair, that is an appropriate reaction both to the name of the movie and to Stephen King's short story because it's weird. Like, I know Stephen King's written a lot of things, and when you've written that much over a long period of time, you're going to have some things that are good and some things that are duds. Uh, Based off of premise alone, I think this is just one of those things he wrote to just like, I don't know, deal with writer's block or
Yeah.
something.
Most people don't release
It just
those.
doesn't sound like a very like a story that would be compelling in any way, shape, or form.
I have a feeling that any writer that can be described as prolific is also a writer that releases everything they write. Which may not necessarily be the best way of doing things.
I mean, it. I figure with that sort of stuff, it all depends on how you market it. Because I know there are plenty of artists out there who will do releases of like, okay, here's just all of the stuff I worked on over the last year, whether it was good or not, and so people can like see bits of the process. And I have no issues with writers also going, here's some of the things that I worked on that didn't work. But yeah, I just know it was a short story in a collection of other short stories, and based off of just the description of that particular short story, I don't think it needed a movie.
Well, if your only criteria is it doesn't need a movie, then that's most 80s films, isn't it?
Yeah, there is that.
This didn't need to be a film. Why is this a film? Sometimes you get gems out of that. Other times you don't. Oh, hello. Oh, that looks significantly grumpier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chibi has drawn over a piranha skull. Or not skull, piranha skeleton, although it's mostly skull. And yeah, it's just, they always look really funny to me because they've got itty bitty mouths and eyes shoved all the way to the front.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Also, they've
They
conveniently.
have very pretty scales, though.
Yeah.
Yes, they are very pretty looking. They're just also very silly looking.
They're all the colors.
And their carnivorous tendencies have been overblown.
Yeah.
Rather in
I'll do.
fiction.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, when your mouth is only that big,
yeah,
and you're not very big yourself, so
yeah, it is cute.
Yeah, this is about how big they are.
The photograph was conveniently cut off where
No,
the legs
that
would
does
start.
not work. Hold on, let me try again.
This is Piranha Magikarp. New Magikarp form coming to the next Pokemon region.
Yeah, it's a regional variant.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's a piranha, but not a very good one.
I'm fine with that. Magiwana.
Magikarp, the worst piranha.
They try and do a mix between Magikarp and Piranha, and they just end up writing marijuana.
Oops.
Good thing regional variants do not need new names.
True.
No, but they do sometimes have different evolutions. So you've got that with Meowth.
Yeah. Have you ever had a different pre-evolutions? Two Pokemon that both evolved to the same thing. Ever tried that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, usually the branching is the other way around.
Because then what you could do is you could have like two different builds of the same Pokemon. Like the two pre-evolutions learn different moves. And thus when they evolve, they have a different moveset. Depending on which one it was previously.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Although there is one case of, I think it's the Azumarill
two Magikarp
family.
have Splish and Splash.
Where the gender ratio for one stage is different than the gender ratio for the next one. So they might have fixed it, but in one generation at least, it was Azurill has, I think, more females than males, but then Meryl's split 50-50. So some of the Azurills just change sex when they evolve in at least one generation, and it's sort of funny.
Or some of them just choose not to evolve.
Yeah, just be a cute little Azurill forever.
Yeah, no, apparently that is true. 75% female Azurill evolves into Meryl, 50% female.
Yep.
Interesting. It's an interesting quirk.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird quirks like that that pop up. Some of which get fixed, some of which don't. I don't think they ever fixed the Nidoqueen breeding thing because they can't.
On an unrelated note, hang on, quick scroll through Tumblr. Scroll, 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 scroll. It would have been easier if I went on Discord. Here we are. On Tumblr, you can look up somebody called Max Repel Sketchbook, who we found on Friday, and who does very good Pokemon arts.
Yeah,
Very good.
looks super cool.
This is a Skirmery. I love this style. It's very expressive and round and fun.
It's such a cool style.
Yeah. Friends. Cool. None of that should detract, of course, from this friend.
Who is also very round.
Yes.
But not very dynamic.
Not right now, sometimes you gotta take it easy. Not every day is a dynamic day,
That's fair. But yeah, regional variant Magikarp coming next to whatever region they're gonna do next.
Where are piranhas from?
I don't know.
The Amazon mostly.
Ooh. That's fertile
Pokemon
ground for a
region
Pokemon.
based on the Amazon.
And then the story could be all about deforestation. You're fighting against the companies trying to tear down the trees.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, shall we pick a number to force Ragdoll to draw the skeleton of a ball of lint or something?
I don't think I have any balls of lint in here.
What did we do? I did 2.
So we've done 2 and 10.
2 and 10. Christy? If you're still there, do you want? Pick a number between 1 and 15 that isn't 2 or 10. It's 13 numbers to choose from. Lucky number 13. Although that does sound like I was doing a sort of Darren Brown thing to try and get you to choose 13. Not the case, although you can. But now I'm talking about it too much. Eight.
Okay.
You have an 8. Which is... Ooh, hello. This one died in a field.
Well, it was laying on some grass with some other skulls, which is partially why it's got that weird crop there, because I was trying to crop out the other skulls that were in the same picture.
One kind of looks like it's laughing.
I mean, most skulls look like they're laughing.
I mean, some
Alright.
look very distraught.
Yeah. There's actually a little bit of sadness to those eyes, I think, or eye sockets.
What's left of the eyes.
Also, like most of the teeth are at the back, but then there's those little pinchy ones at the front.
Yep.
Like
and this particular animal is definitely one that chooses violence.
Ooh.
Ew, fun.
Honey badger.
What?
Honey badger.
Animal that chooses violence.
Honey badgers are
I mean, true.
ferocious.
But what about this? Nick looks like a honey badger.
I was going purely on the violence thing.
Oh, goblin. Yeah, I can see that.
Goblin. Goblin.
Hey.
Oh, I forgot I wrote a comic about 2 gremlins who collect spoons.
Yeah.
I feel like I should make that at some point.
You have so many projects already going on.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, just switch between the ones you have ideas for.
Like, I found a post-it note on my desk the other day, and it's just got the word centipede written on it.
Why?
Like,
Okay.
I don't know. But presumably that's something I wanted to draw at one point.
Why?
Masochism.
The same reason why Chris draws anything.
As punishment for my sins.
You draw more sins as
Yeah.
punishment for your sins?
Yeah. It's a self-perpetuating system.
Ah.
He draws only sins, not tragedies.
Ah! Certainly in a state of panic.
That eye looks so scary.
It looks like something from Off at the moment, which I'm on board with.
Actually, we might as well just keep it weird and sketchy. It's like a weird ghost horse.
Ghost horse.
Ghost horse.
Can't think of a ghost horse pun. No. Nope. Brain ceases to function. We will ignore I ever said that. I can't ignore I ever said that. My brain is still trying. Fruitlessly. Anyway, this is the kind of thing.
Let's see.
If you just kept the
What
teeth
sort of
going.
puns?
Sorry, I was just going to say, if you kept the teeth going, this is the sort of thing I imagine is going on with Tori. That really long jaw.
Yeah, big jaw. Although I think the actual critter's lips end here. But that's not going to stop anyone.
No, that's not fun.
Because these bones back here are all molars.
Right.
So they're for
Crouching.
chomping things, grinding things. You pull the stuff back into the back of your throat and then just sort of chomp on it.
Yeah, the ones at the front are for piercing the top of the Diet Coke can, and the ones at the back are for Pringles. Evolution finds a way.
Whether you like it or not. This is perfection. You just don't understand it.
Still trying to think of a ghost horse pun.
I mean, there are ghost riders. That's not really a
Yeah,
pun.
there's the
That's
Ghost
just
Riders and the Headless Horseman and all that sort of stuff. Just trying to think. There has to be. Like. No.
Not happening.
Miss, where are you? We need your help. There was a pun that's in danger of being missed. We need to. I was about to say we need to put up the bat signal. Yeah, that's the thing. Shark bat signal.
Ears in there. And actually, if we're going for ghost horse.
Okay, I have a pun, but it's awful, so I'm going to try and find a second one. Hello, what's going? Ooh, ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting choice.
I have two options. Okay, that answers that question. My first, I was wondering either it tapers off, as is what you're doing, or somewhere down at the bottom left is a normal-sized horse body, and this is just a massive head that has just exploded out, just towering above cities.
You expect me to draw a horse, just a normal horse body?
Well, this size, it'll be like 5 pixels. And you know how carefully I can draw characters at 5 pixels
Mm-hmm.
from the last 16 symbol stream.
Oh yeah.
Which makes
They
me feel
were
bad.
all completely readable as the characters.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Which makes me feel bad, because Chibi is actually doing pixel art of the characters from 16 symbols and is doing a very good job of it. But and here's me
I
just
mean, there's a difference between pixel art and art that is only a handful of pixels wide.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm not making these characters in 3 pixels max.
yeah, you've got like 15 to deal with, I guess. Enough that it's difficult to get a moustache going.
Yeah. That one was difficult.
It worked though. It worked very well. And as Miss says, it's is it a moustache or is it a boopable snoot? We'll never know, and we don't want to know.
We'll never know unless I also start doing like the more like complicated like pixely but not actually like pixel art. Like portraits. Like they're
Stuff.
doing Clash of Heroes. Which I have thought about doing.
Give in to the temptation.
I mean, there's a lot of old RPG characters and enemies and whatnot that don't look like what your brain filled in for them just because of limitations of pixels and hardware.
Oh, that
So
just
I know Chris mentioned a couple from FF7 and 8 where it's just kind of like this is what I thought it was. And then I saw it in better graphics and then it's like now wait a minute.
it's just it happens,
All right. So there's our weird horse ghost head.
Yeah.
But the actual animal, I will now bring that up since I wasn't bringing up an
Unfortunately,
image earlier.
Unfortunately, the only pun I could actually come up with was Thoroughbood. So.
Yeah, we're gonna all
Oh.
boo that one.
It's all I could get. I was trying
No.
I went through words like like Phantom and Revenant, and just couldn't get anything.
Thoroughbood.
Or a food.
Yeah, we're all gonna boo that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That joke has been thoroughly booed.
This skull turns out, yeah, you thoroughly booed over the Thoroughbood. So this one, it turns out, is not a horse skull. This one is actually. When is it going to actually show up in Discord? Come on now.
Who knows? I'm also in
There
the
we
wrong
go.
chat. There it is.
No.
Yeah.
Llama.
Yeah, it's a llama.
Llama.
The animal that somehow became a staple of our Gartic phone. When we played Gartic phone.
Nothing wrong
I
with
mean,
the
to
llama.
be fair, they're fairly easy to draw, but also, like I said, they llamas are bigger sheep that will kick your ass.
Yeah.
And they're very.
Yeah, they are like very easy to draw and like very easily recognizable as like a llama / alpaca.
Christy just says that's a bastard pun. Which I can't argue. Also, I like the llama on the left that's just like, hey, what you taking a photo of?
Yeah. The one in the back is trying to
looking
be
at?
like all like mysterious,
Yeah.
staring off into the sunsets.
And
Majestic.
that was just like, oh, you haven't taken your portrait.
Everyone just looking in your face.
Oh,
Yep.
they're cute floof.
Cute floof.
They're long goats.
Yes.
Good for them.
Long goats, but also stubborn and will also spit.
Long goats.
Long goats. Exactly.
Right. We've had 3 friends of varying horror.
Mhm.
Some deliberate, some not. Well, I guess it was deliberate. More we go.
I mean,
Okay.
I deliberately did not draw a body, so
Yeah.
A Magikarp.
Magikarp is by far the most horrifying. Um,
Magikarp is a true terror in the Pokemon world.
yeah.
It's been known.
No.
Everyone
mean-
fears Magikarp.
the canon is that Magikarp evolve from Magikarp to Gyarados when they get really, really, really angry. So yeah, you should probably fear the Magikarp. Don't tick
Yeah.
them off.
But, hulky. Cool. Numbers.
Yes.
Opposite end of the spectrum, 14. 2, now
14.
14. One away from
Okay.
either extreme. Yeah, you're going to be disappointed with me if I make those legs, aren't I?
Yes.
Fine.
I mean, technically, we can't stop you.
Yeah, but we will be disappointed. That's true. Objectively.
Fine. How many eyes can I make out of this? No. Do this one properly. I like how it's just sort of coming out the ground, though.
Yeah, this particular. So a lot of the skulls, it's like, oh, it's resting on the lower jawbone and it's resting on the floor, but clearly that doesn't work so well with this one because there's things in the way.
Needs help.
Yeah, what else? No.
Big. And now we sit here and wait for the other shoe to drop.
I'm waiting for this to go south.
Honestly, I have no plans, so it might do, it might not. I'm not making any guarantees. I guess the mouth can't really get up there because, well, like I could gums, I suppose.
It's singing or screaming to the heavens.
Ah!
Possibly both.
And these are bananas, yeah. Carrying around a couple of bananas in your mouth. Back it up.
I mean, there are critters that just store food in their mouth for later.
Yeah, but usually that food doesn't. Bananas don't contain bones, as far as I know.
Oh, do you buy boneless bananas?
I hate that sentence so much.
I'm not drawing a horror. I have to invent one somewhere else.
I mean,
Boneless bananas.
God, that's... Chris, I'm sorry to say it, but that feels like such a Tumblr sentence.
Remember, I was on Tumblr a long time ago.
Yeah,
I just
you've
abandoned
done it again. It's just...
it. Okay, I did think of a way to make this horrifying, but I don't know if I want to do it.
Like, it's the full, like, Tumblr vibe of someone saying, like, something completely outrageous while
Legs.
pretending it's normal.
I mean, that's just how a lot of absurdist humor works, so.
Yeah, and that's fun, but also it's such a staple of Tumblr.
He's very happy.
I mean, I read a post today about like how people like heat up the water for tea. Different people on the same post. None of which mentioned a kettle. You know.
Yeah.
The regular thing in which you heat up water. Or
No,
I think I own a kettle.
I just use the smoldering meteorite outside my house that never seems to go out. Put a bucket on top of that. It's fine.
Yeah,
Also, there's green goo coming out of it, but that just adds flavour.
that's fair.
I mean, usually I just stick the water in a pot or stick it in a cup and put it in the microwave.
We did recently have installed a smart meter, which shows us how much electricity we're using at any given point. And it goes from sort of roughly background levels with like lights on my computer on stuff like that of about 4 to 5 pence an hour. As soon as we put the kettle on, it goes up to about 45 pence an hour. So kettles use a lot of electricity, which makes sense. You got to heat up water. It's a lot of thermal energy you got to create. I just didn't realize how much it was. I thought my computer would be like a massive drain on the electricity, but not that bad actually. Kettle. You want a cup of tea? Destroying the environment. Anyway, this is Marcus.
I like Marcus.
Yes.
Marcus doesn't upset me. So I like him. Marcus
Well, he
is the
doesn't upset
friend.
you yet.
No. But like I said, my original plan was just to make it a head with lots of tiny legs, but this is fine.
Yeah.
Too easy. Just gotta have a nice... Yeah.
Our friends.
Just a walrus.
Yes,
It's a walrus.
walrus.
My original idea for this skull part was to try and find a narwhal skull. But
Narwhal.
it turns out all of the pictures of narwhal skulls are just really, really long.
That makes
and
sense, now you say.
impossible. Yeah, it's impossible to tell what's going on because most of the picture is just tooth.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
Yep, there's the gist of it. Do thing. Hey!
Yeah.
They look like they're having a good time.
Walruses usually look like they're having a great time. At least the times I've seen them.
Yeah.
They're just happy to be there. Want to eat some fish.
Fish!
And like slap
And
their
then-
chest a bit. 'Cause
And
they're-
then fight each other with their tusks.
I mean, I've never seen them do that, so, you know.
Never seen it. Doesn't happen.
Exactly.
They do have like they're sort of snouty, cheeky things. The sort of moustache area is sort of poking out so much that the nose looks like it's sort of an innie. They've got an innie nose.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help that that's literally part of like they're the bone there.
Yeah.
There's like actual big bone there. So it's not like with some animals where it's just kind of like, oh, there's just a hole there. No, there's like very heavy structure underneath there.
This just looks
I guess
horrifying.
because they just spend so much of their time smacking their faces against each other.
Yeah. There you go. That was Marcus. Is that what I called them?
Yeah,
Yes.
Marcus.
Marcus is good. Fantastisch! Chibi.
Okay. Chibi, if you want a wrong skeleton, you are going to need to pick a number that's divisible by 3.
Mm. Have we not done that yet? I guess we haven't.
No, you have not.
We've dropped 666 frames.
I want to see 15 because the preview to me looks like the skeleton of a rubber duck, and I want to see if I'm right.
It does, doesn't it? Yay!
Yes.
Marvelous.
Yeah, so wrong skeleton.
I love it. I don't know how I'm gonna turn this into anything other than a rubber duck, but it's fine.
I mean, I guess you could add things into the background with it. Have a rubber goose with it.
There's a hole at the front. That's where you can put tentacles. No. Oh.
Googly eyes.
Oh. It is really interesting. This is the best idea. It is really interesting when you're sketching eyes. It doesn't take many like sketchy lines around the eye to make them look haggard.
Yeah.
I often have those 16 symbols. I just go around the eye twice just to get the shape roughly right, and everyone just looks tired. Which I mean, in 16 symbols, that's fair, but
Yeah. Which is probably one of the things that's going to need to get addressed with the rewrite.
everyone is tired.
As soon as I get some things squared away for work, I'm gonna just dump down in Discord some ideas of things that probably need to get addressed in a rewrite.
That's fair. Well, like I say,
Okay.
we'll do the. I'll swap over the Saturday game stream to Wednesday so that we can do Saturday rewrites and stuff, so that you can join in if you want.
Works for me.
Anyone
Most
can
of
join.
the time on Saturday I am available. It's just last Saturday I was not. I had an outreach thing I did,
Ooh,
and
neat.
it lasted a couple hours longer than expected. Because we had someone who usually comes and presents stuff sort of duck out. So it's like, oh, we need to quickly
Duck.
make something. All right, I'm going to just make up something and hope that it works.
Sorry, my brain is on autopilot. So you said duck out, and a duck is being drawn. So I just went duck, as if that was in any way interesting.
Yes, Chris, duck.
Duck.
Yes.
I'm clever.
There's the duck.
It indeed is a duck.
Where's my mashed apple?
Please. I guess that's for like. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
Why
can
is
see
there
that
a hole there?
now. That's where the other eyes,
No.
the hidden eyes, can be.
So, as far as bones go, it sort of makes sense. But also, if you're wanting this to be like an actual rubber ducky that's just skull themed, I
Yeah.
don't think you'd want a hole there.
Yeah.
If it's supposed to float in the bathtub, it's just gonna sink.
Doesn't seem particularly advantageous. No, that's the hole at the bottom is to let the water out that would come in through the hole on the top. It makes sense.
I mean, now it's just going to sink faster.
No, it's fine. Look at him go, just
stick it in a bone bath.
having a good time.
With its googly eyes. I feel like there should be something weird reaching out of the tub to try and grab it or something.
I think once you take the skeleton away, I think it'll become a lot more subdued.
And I feel like it needs something extra, but I don't know what.
Ooh, extra. So the the problem I have is you've got that little bit coming out from the side of the beak, and that just sort of makes it look like it has a mouth and it's just wearing a beak on the front of it.
No.
No, you don't have to draw that. It's just... You just made me remember those kids' water toys with fungus inside?
What?
What?
Yeah. Clean your stuff every so often and disinfect it, especially if it gets wet.
All right.
Oh, like not on purpose fungus.
Yeah. I just imagine like a squidgy ball or something with like clear liquid and then just a mushroom in the center. Just...
Yeah, I also imagine like a toy with fungus inside that was on purpose as part of the toy.
It's the
Which
fungus
I don't know
sphere.
why I thought that.
I mean, they do sell fungus growing kits.
It's called
Yeah,
Pete.
but even then, like a kid's toy.
True.
Fungus growing kit is just anything. Do you have some organic matter? Put it somewhere dark. Popular water plastic toys with holes so water can come in but not be clean. Right. Yummy! Banned over there now. Oh, blimey. Got that bad, did it? Is this? Mars has got little ducklings.
I like how with the first one, it's got like an actual like duckbill shape. This one's just kind of like bleh.
Not this time.
The way you've drawn the bill and the little hair flip at the top, it makes it very hard to tell which direction this duck is facing.
Is it a duck or a rabbit? Actually, yeah, if you look at it on the side. Oh, I think I like that better. It kind of looks like a cartoon fly almost.
What?
If you look at it, if you tilt your head to the left and you imagine the bill are like ears or antenna or something, and then you got like the tuft of hair at the top is like a little mouth.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
And actually, the body works for that as well. No. This one wishes to be heard.
That one is angry.
I am here.
Screaming bath toy duck.
Yeah, why don't you ever get angry, rubber ducks?
You probably do, but they just look kind of the same. They have the same shape.
No, like this. Like with the wings out, beak open. Ah! Then the noise makes sense, you know?
how do a rubber ducky's legs work?
Well, they don't have any.
Yeah, underwater.
So
Underwater, that's how they work.
I mean, to be fair, when ducks and geese are swimming around, their legs are underneath the water, so
Yeah.
it sort of makes sense that they wouldn't give rubber duckies legs because you wouldn't see them anyway.
And much like icebergs, they're mostly legs. So you got the duck on top, and then underneath the water is most of the mass. So it's just extraordinarily thick, long legs.
Chris, what sort of icebergs are you interacting with that have legs?
Do I have to draw an iceberg with legs now? What I meant is, most of the iceberg is under the water, so most of the duck is under the water, so the legs must be huge. I'm using Monty Python logic.
True, but the way you worded it also made it sound like you're dealing with icebergs with legs.
Yeah. Now I just want to draw like an iceberg in like, knee-high stiletto boots. Something.
And now there's... Oh, is there another little ducky on the ducky? Yep, another little ducky. Just a cute rubber ducky family.
Oh, I almost missed that. Hello.
There we go.
Oh, they're tired.
Probably because they've been dealing with their screaming sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quiet up here. The feathers muffle the sound.
Anyway, yeah.
Now the face of the main duck makes more sense. That is a face of a sleep-deprived parent.
Sleep-deprived parent, little tired sibling. Sibling that doesn't really know what's going on, I think. And angry.
Bless them.
There they are. That's a family.
Um,
No, it's too round.
it's too round.
It is very round and cute,
It's a
yes.
crime against cuteness. Just too much. Okay, so do we have a picture of this animal? Or
I mean, I guess I can show you a picture of a rubber duck if you want one.
no, the animal the skeleton's for.
Wait, I know the animal that this is for. There you go.
Wonderful. The perfect specimen.
Exactly.
I think I've seen one of these in the Natural History Museum. Look at that beautiful plumage.
I mean, if you want to get fancy, there are other types as well.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
I'm always up for getting a panther. Fancy boy and ooh.
Dragon. You know, I looked up angry rubber ducky and this is the first thing I found.
No.
Duckosaurus, just a huge rubber ducky.
I am here to destroy cities. So mad. Fancy boy. Don't ask
Angry
questions.
boy.
Inky duck.
Spooky. 'Tis the spooky season. Spooky. Can I show this on screen? It might be too scary.
Definitely too scary.
Don't worry, everybody. This isn't real. They can't hurt you. Well, this was a success. This was a rousing success. And that also kind of works if you want to view it as a fly. Because you can just, hang on. Like that. This one works best, I think. So like little antennas up there, eyes, little fluffy mouth, wing, tail. Works surprisingly well. Sorry, you can't see any of that, can you?
No, I'm seeing it on stream. It's just what?
I'll have to redraw it at some point to get so that you can see. Neat. But before then, betwixt these two events, Ragdoll must draw more. Must.
Yes.
You simply must.
Christy, do you have
Give
a
us a
number?
number.
Not, what have we done? 2, 8, 10, 15, 14. Yeah, those.
Something like that.
A number that isn't 2, 8, 10, 14, or 15. Remember, multiples of 3 are fake. They're a myth made by mathematicians. Mythmaticians, I call them.
They're imaginary bones in the complex plane.
Ooh. Oh, that's what you should have done. Should have done layer 1, layer 2, layer I. 11. Ah, friend.
Burb.
They got goggles. It's great.
Yep. Burb.
They're holding some knives. They're running towards you. It's fine.
I mean, all things considered, that's not an inaccurate description of what a lot of birds would do if given half a chance.
That is fair. I'm thinking of Cat's Cafe comic. If any of you know that, there's a character there called Kiwi, who only says Kiwi, and always carries a knife, and they are very cute, but always carry a knife.
This
Of course.
bird looks like it's wearing like steampunk goggles.
It does, yes.
That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it.
Yeah, it turns out, so there's a lot of birds that have got like these weird, like, eye bones. Like, I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, and anthropomorphic steampunk animal fiction. Lackadaisies are well and good, but I'm not interested in rum runners. I'm interested in steampunk. Where's my steampunk dodo?
Extinct.
True. Did they even live to see the steam era? I guess so. Was it around then, wasn't it?
I don't know. Because, I mean, it's not like they went extinct naturally. They got killed off by
Yeah,
humans.
The dodo
all the
Rufus.
hands on the like.
Oh no, wow, it was a lot earlier than I thought. 1662.
Use statistical method to establish the actual extinction time of the dodo as 1690.
Well, Wikipedia's wrong. What a surprise.
Its last confirmed sighting was in 1662.
Okay.
But yeah.
Didn't we talk about was it the last stream we did of this where we talked about the great auk, which was originally called the penguin, and then the penguin stole its name. But
Yeah.
the last known example of that in Scotland was beaten to death because they thought it was a witch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It did not live to see the Steam era, the first Steam engine.
Yeah.
Because that's 1712. So
Well, that's a lot
barely.
earlier than I would have thought. Was that Trevithick? Oh no, he made the first steam locomotive, I think. Different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were steam engines that did like pumped water and stuff.
Uh,
Well,
I mean, if you really want to be technical, it goes back a lot more.
yeah, I was
But
going to say the ancient Greeks had little spinning steam toys and stuff.
yeah, it's um.
This is the thing.
And there's also a difference between the technology exists and the technology is widely used.
This is the
Yeah.
thing. I love the idea that there is an alternate universe where the ancient Greeks actually discovered a way of making steam power useful.
Yeah.
It's like maybe they didn't have like all of the iron stuff needed to make the machines quite like that, but they might have made something a bit more elegant. I don't know.
Yeah.
They had railways.
The first steam engine, commercially successful steam engine was in 1712.
Okay.
First commercial steam powered device was a water pump in 1698.
Yeah, they were used for that quite a while.
So barely missed the steam.
Oh, they missed out on it. Well, this is why in fiction we can give them fun goggles and give them a flying machine, because that's what they want.
Yeah.
A flying contraption. Yeah, a lot of original steam engines were used to pump like water out of mines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You could dig deeper.
And then get more people killed because you're digging too deep.
Yes. As in, have you ever seen a is it called a man engine?
What?
A man engine. So basically, it's sort of slightly difficult to explain, but it's like you know those like oil pump things that sort of nod up and down, a bit like those drinking birds,
Mm-hmm.
drinking bird toys. Imagine like on the end of that you have a pole that just goes right down into a mine, and all the way up the pole you have little planks of wood attached as platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Then what would happen is it would dip down, miners would stand on it, they would be lifted up a bit, then they would step off, and then it would go down again, and then they'd step on the next one up, get lifted up, they'd step off, and so it would just like slowly lift them up in bits. Because they just keep stepping on, go up, step off, it'll go down, step on, go up, etc. And that was called a man engine. So a way of getting people out of mines quickly.
Hey, if it works.
It did alright, apparently. I don't know how many people died trying to use it, but mining is a dangerous job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is why they had to close
Miners
down
are
all
actually one of the big.
in the Netherlands.
It's a man engine, make you work. Oh.
Well, I mean, miners are one of the big reasons why the United States even had any sort of union type thing happen. Because people were sort of sick and tired of dying, funnily enough.
You know, there's a little animated diagram on Wikipedia.
I mean, here
A bit more complicated than I described.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too well versed in the mining history of the Netherlands, but I believe it was a bit more protested that the mines got closed because I mean I don't know about the unions, but it was very protested that the mines closed because there wasn't any other work for them. And it became like a whole thing where in the years following up there would be like um basically like not really gangs, but like I mean thieving gangs basically that would roam that part of the country. Because there was no money. Kind of what happens when, you know, people run out of money.
Mm.
I believe, but again, I'm not
Like a
too
fell
well versed in
escalator.
that part.
I like this in the Wikipedia page for the man engine. It says the miners took to these devices without hesitation, as their pay was not calculated until they had reached their workplace. They just wanted to get down quickly.
Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. Mining companies is also where you get the idea of script from. Um, for those not familiar, script is basically the idea of instead of paying your workers money, you pay your workers script credits that they can use to buy stuff in the company's store.
Yeah. Which one? One Amazon thinking of introducing a similar thing? Something like
Yeah, and
that.
it's got multiple people calling them out
Yeah.
for good reason.
This is why you learn from history, everybody. Pay attention to history. Even if all you do is pay attention to the arseholes of history. Because then you can recognize the arseholes of modern day.
Oh, this looks odd, but that's okay.
I like them.
Looks like it has a little cartoon thief mask.
Yeah. It's coming to steal your
Yeah,
stuff. It's on a heist.
got a little.
I'm
Going
up.
to steal all the supplies
I'm up for bird heist.
from the like Spanish explorers and such that killed it.
This is
It's
the
the
underground
revenge.
resistance.
The Dodo underground resistance.
They wanted an overground resistance, but they can't fly, so it's tricky.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
gonna
just sort of
become
neat.
an overground resistance once they gain the like once they become allies with the other birds.
It feels like a short-lived sort of like Pixar spin-off or something. The Dodo Resistance.
I'm gonna give it a little tool belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it like a little
Oh, it's a
hammer.
tail. I thought that was the apron. Was that something?
Hammer, screwdrivers.
I like this AU where dodos lived until the steampunk steam era began and then started the rebellion.
Yeah, Dodos invented steam before we did, and thus overpowered us.
Yes. They couldn't fly, so they had to deal.
Yeah,
They
they
were
had to
going
work.
to make their own way. They were gonna take to the skies in their own way. So they had to invent the steam
by
engine.
by making planes.
This feels
Steam
like
planes.
this is going down on the list of ideas for character design videos.
Yeah.
Steampunk dodos? I'm up for it.
Steampunk Dodos.
The steampunk bird rebellion.
Yeah, we'll just get
Flightless bird rebellion.
yeah, we'll get a bunch of flightless birds. They'll all join. We can get the Great Orc. Even the kiwi, get them in there. They're not extinct, but
They just have to be flightless.
Yeah.
Steampunk ostriches.
Oh, steampunk emus. Those things are terrifying as it is.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Yay.
This is going to be another weird sticky note that you find on your desk in a week or so.
Yay, we're a bad influence
Yes.
on Chris.
It's to the top right of Centorpede. It's Flightless Bird Steampunk AU.
Please put like a line between them so you don't think it's for the same video.
Not related. I'll sneak Centorpede into the video somehow. Every video needs something horrible. The next one's Cungulus. Now it's Centorpede.
Hey, look at those friends.
Yeah,
Gonna start a rebellion.
they're going about business.
Yeah, and now let me see if I can grab a picture of the actual animal. And it is not a rubber duck this time.
Oh.
The disappointment.
Rubber duckies are cute.
They are. It's just not what this particular animal is. So let's see, there's a picture. And there we go.
Oh,
It is a great horned owl,
well, there you go.
which are skinnier than you expect them to be,
Yeah.
Just a lot of
as far as bones are concerned.
a lot of featherfoof? No, featherfoof.
Leather?
Fleather. A lot of fleather.
What's fleather?
A lot of flavor. Don't understand flavor.
They are very floofy.
Very floofy and just as disinterested in you, if not
Yeah.
actively disdainful. Can you be disdained? I don't think you can.
I don't know. You're English, you make up the words.
Okay, fine. Disdained means is a synonym of cleaned,
Okay.
because you're taking out the stains.
I mean, that works.
Yeah. But ages ago,
If it has a definition, it's now a word.
I redefined the word delighted to mean made darker.
We
I know.
like it.
I never knew how to turn that into a joke. I just really liked it, so it stayed in my head. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
They're cool. Right. I guess my last one. Let's do a fake one. Let's do. I did 2 extremes. Let's go somewhere in the middle. I guess 9. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, let's do the AU now, shall we?
There's your other design for a steampunk bird.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
A thing about this one, as far as the bones are concerned. So you might have noticed on the owl, but bird bones aren't built like hands. So with a bat wing, you've got the fingers sort of extended out into the hands,
Yeah.
giving it structure. But for a bird, it's all just sort of in like one little bit there at the end. This one has been given extra fingers for reasons.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna fly. It's a flightless bird from the Flightless Bird Revolution. Yes.
giving it a giving it a helmet.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Okay, now here's the question: is it currently flying?
No, it's a flightless bird.
No, in a machine.
Oh.
In a steampunk contraption. It's got like a
Yes.
jetpack. It's got like a steampunk jetpack.
Please make up a steampunk flying contraption.
Oh, I don't.
Right on the spot.
It's got a jetpack.
Got a steam jetpack.
And it's got its little hands out to hold on to parts of it as it shoots off into the sky.
Getting ready to fly. The flightless bird rebellion does beg the question of, are they rebelling against us humans, or are they rebelling against birds that can fly? Or both? Have humans and birds that can fly teamed up?
I think maybe, I don't know, maybe birds that can fly are on the fence. As birds tend to be.
I mean, yeah, they flew up there.
Yeah.
I was about to say, is that the silliest joke of the evening? No, it's definitely thoroughbooed. And because it's steampunk, it needs some unnecessary cogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And leather straps and
Goggles are already
Belts.
there. I would put a top hat, but I've already drawn the pilot hat.
I mean, why would they wear a top hat if they're flying around with their jetpack?
To
The
look
top hat's for fancy parties.
fancy. You gotta fancy when you're flying. It's like the people who, people who used to fly in hot air balloons. You've got to dress for the
Yeah, but you're
occasion.
not usually moving very fast in a hot air balloon.
Apart from that one time where they tried to do like the first hot air balloon crossing of the British Channel from France to Britain. And they lost altitude just before they were getting there, so they're like, quick, we need to throw everything overboard, to the point that they actually took their trousers off to try and save weight. So they did it, they arrived, but they also arrived not wearing trousers, which sounds like the worst excuse.
I know, yeah. I am now kind of sad that I did the rubber duck before we came up with the flightless bird revolution.
You can always go back and redo it. Pick the same number. Has anyone said you can't pick the same number?
Technically, we don't have any rules against that.
Nah. We'll do that in
Or
the
I could-
meantime.
Yeah, you could also just get the rubber ducky again, or get a rubber ducky again and just draw a flightless bird revolution rubber ducky.
I definitely have an awful lot of experience drawing steampunk things, it must be said.
Yeah, Christie's right, a rubber duck is also flightless. I mean, unless you're throwing it, I guess.
Not really flight. You have to throw it.
Yeah, I mean, you could throw a dodo, like...
It's like going into like a catapult, and getting yourself launched by a catapult, and then claim you're flying. Like,
I mean, you got sent flying.
That's a lot of early flight attempts, it must be said.
Yeah, we don't call those flying for a reason. It's usually technically flying, but also flying, shouldn't end up with death if it's successful.
Oh, that was another one of my terrible jokes I came up with. So, there was a Chinese, I call him, I don't exactly know what they philosopher, I guess, who basically went, I can fly. Let's just strap 500 fireworks to a chair, and then sat on the chair, set the fireworks off, and boom, and they went high. They went pretty high. They were also on fire. And I think the terrible joke I had was a lot of people call them the first astronaut, but in fact their main contribution to the world is that, while they were on that chair on fire, that's where we got the word satellite from. Satellite is on sitting down. It was on fire. It's bad joke. I never said it was a good joke. Never said it was a good joke.
I mean, there was also, so there's this thing called the Darwin Awards, where basically it's awards given to people who have spectacularly removed themselves from the gene pool. Usually via death, though there was at least one winner of the Darwin Awards who survived but castrated themselves through the incident.
Yeah.
Satellite. There was one person who was an honorable mention, so they didn't win the Darwin Award, but only because they survived the event. They basically set up a lawn chair and attached just a shit ton of helium balloons to the lawn chair. And so they've got like the lawn chair like attached to the ground as they're attaching all the balloons, and then they get on the lawn chair and then like remove the thing attaching them to the ground, and they just sort of shot into the air, as you would expect with many, 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 many helium balloons. It's up, but worse. But when you're in a lawn chair that's just piloted by a bunch of helium balloons, you don't have a whole lot of control over like the direction you're going.
I can imagine, yeah.
And so the gentleman in his lawn chair started floating over a military base. Turns out, when unidentified aircraft starts going over a military base, the training is you shoot it. Fortunately, they didn't just immediately shoot him. They sort of figured out what was going on, so they just sort of one at a time just shot down some of the balloons and lowered him to the ground.
Oh, the temptation, though.
But yeah, that one was always just really funny to me.
I love that they're just like wearing like like a sweatsuit almost.
Yeah, I was originally going for like a kind of pilot jacket, but it sort of didn't turn out that way, and then I realised that's not steampunk. So I guess
steampunk now. It's bird steampunk.
I mean,
if it's made out of leather, it's probably steampunk.
Yeah, just staple some clogs. That's not clogs. Staple some clogs.
Staple clogs on. No, I'm going with clogs. Clogs are good. Steampunk clogs, why not?
I mean, you could make steampunk clogs.
You can, but it's flying. It has some leg strength. Has some core strength, that bird. Just being able to like completely have its legs that way.
They're fine. They've trained for this for a long time underground. They kept hitting their head on the ceiling. It's not good.
I mean, this is why they also have to do practice runs out in the open, but in secret, so that the underground rebellion isn't revealed too quickly.
Stupid humans thought it was a meteorite. We fooled them again! There's no such thing as Halley's Comet.
That's how they'll win this war. By coming up with conspiracies for humans to believe.
Oh no, more silly ideas.
I'm just thinking like the Area 51 raid. Like, Area 51 isn't a government secret. It's a conspiracy that it is a government secret.
Yeah. It's cover for the dodos.
Yeah. They made it seem like it's a government site where aliens are kept, but actually, it's just a bird training site. Where they come up with plans for the bird revolution, the flightless bird revolution.
Well, does that mean like that when we do the steampunk thing, we have to like take it all the way up to modern day and include Area 51 dodo,
Listen, I don't know.
like a sort of Men in Black kind of deal?
Listen, I was just going with like, what are conspiracy theories that I know about? Area 51 was the first one to come to mind. I could have said anything.
They were actually the immune landings.
The immune land.
I mean, that would be a very unidentified flying object on the
Yeah.
side, but how does that even work?
Flightless birds fake the human moon landing so humans would think they were more advanced than they were.
This feels like there's clearly a human that knows the truth, but no one believes them at all.
There are humans that know the truth, and they are just locked up somewhere. Because it's just like, what are you talking about? What?
Well,
You're saying that a flightless bird that has been extinct for several centuries by this point are not starting are rebelling against humans, and they are coming up with conspiracy theories to make us believe we're more advanced than we are, so they have the advantage in the revolution.
It's like, yes, what part of that don't you understand? We need to act now. The ostriches are in on it.
Just noticed the name.
It's Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Earhart.
I want the Great Orcs to be remembered with a cheesy, wacky scientist character in this terrible story.
Just remembered that cassowaries are flightless birds.
Cassowary,
aka terrifying dinosaur monster birds.
Yep.
They're in on it as well.
Oh dear.
We're doomed.
they look like a rival faction.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah. They're not really part of the revolutionary. Why was my first instinct to say they're kind of like a Mad Max gang?
Because, I mean, look at them.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Like, that sentence doesn't make any kind of sense, but it also, I feel like that's right. Cassowaries are the Mad Max gang of the flightless bird world.
They're the Mad
I
Max
mean,
gang of the Steampunk a Flightless Bird AU world, which is...
Yes.
Can we... I want that to be the title of this VOD. Cassowaries are the Mad Max of the Steampunk Flightless Bird AU. With Chibi and Ragdoll.
Nobody's gonna understand any of this.
I mean,
I don't know if
what's there
Christy
to not
is familiar.
understand? Seems perfectly clear to me.
Well, Amelia Earhart, we're 2 steps of the way.
Amelia Earhart.
It's not even an orc. Like, it doesn't look anything like an orc, but
It's fine.
it's fine. People are called Leo and they don't look like lions. It's fine. Right.
Yeah, apparently the skeleton is supposed to be a quote-unquote crow, but yeah.
But with just, like, so many fingers.
Yes.
I could see it, but also that crow has way too many dense bones
Yes.
to ever fly.
Yes. Though it does apparently have thumbs now, so that's dangerous.
In the same way that my bananas are boneless, my crows are fingerless.
True, but also a weird thing to say.
Consider every other thing I've said this stream.
Just calling bananas boneless is such a weird move.
Well, it's the old. I guess it's the old thing of, like, you know, advertising your breakfast cereal asbestos free, and it's like, why did you say that?
Now I'm definitely gonna think there's asbestos in there.
Exactly. Yeah. This is the old thing.
Or at least there was, and then you removed it somehow.
Exactly.
This banana had bones at some point. You just somehow removed them. That's the only reason why you should say that they're boneless.
Yeah. I guess I do have to make a choice between Cassowaries or the Mad Max of the Steampunk Flightless Bird AU, or Boneless Bananas as VOD title. But until then, Chibi.
It's a difficult choice.
It's tricky.
I don't know.
Christy, that's a complicated question, and I'm not sure how we can answer that. There's a lot of things that might have been missed here.
there is no context in the world.
It depends on if you understand the sentence. Cassowaries are the Mad Max gang of the Flightless Bird Steampunk AU. If you understand that, then you didn't miss anything. If you don't understand that, good.
If you don't understand that, I was going to say we can't help you. I think you're the only one here who doesn't need help.
Yeah.
Frame Man is desperately trying to bring this stream down. Don't blame
I
him.
understand, obviously. Okay.
Or are you talking about boneless bananas?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the boneless bananas,
What?
which we had a problem with.
I buy my bananas boneless. That's how I like them. I don't see the problem.
Don't you buy your bananas boneless? Do your bananas have bones?
Yeah, that's weird.
But I don't even know what skeleton to pick. Just give me the duck again. The rubber duck.
Rubber Rubber Duck
I
Mark
don't know
II.
which one we've done and which one we haven't, and we're on the duck train.
Duck 2.
Mark II.
Electric Quackaloo. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, there is one more thing in here with wings, but it's another no. It's another not actually a skeleton. Skeleton.
Well, you can do that one then. Oh. Okay. How do I make this steampunk? That's the question. That's the first of many questions.
Yeah, it turns out steampunk's tricky.
Hmm.
That's gonna something I'm gonna have to study steampunk design in order to properly do a Flightless Bird steampunk AU video.
Yes.
Because apparently that's
You're
now on my
right.
to-do list.
Top hats, I guess.
Ah, yes, we haven't done the top hat yet. Top hat with goggles affixed.
Very fancy rubber duck.
Um. I
Ooh.
don't know why I gave it that eye, but
Ooh.
sure.
He's very tired. And actually, I'm going to make this more opaque now. I realized I set that to about 50% opacity. Now it's at 30.
It really depends what the other eye's doing. The other eye could very much make this a kind of, well, hello there. Or,
I mean,
I'm so
apparently
sorry.
you can't see the other eye unless she makes it, like, bulging.
You could put like
But
a
what if
little flick of feather. Well, there's a rubber duck. I guess you can't.
I mean, you could probably put feathers on a rubber duck. You'd just have to glue them.
it's just glued some feathers to its eyes so that it can have eyebrows. If this were a cartoon, what shenanigans? A lot of like, kind of like Catch the Pigeon, but the other way around.
Yes.
A lot of that. A lot of shenanigans of like designing and building weird contraptions.
I feel like there's a lot of Wile E. Coyote nonsense going on.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe some secret missions where the birds have to go and like steal things from the humans or sabotage their operations or something. Oh, look at that. Feather eyebrows. That works surprisingly well, actually.
Yeah, it works better than I thought it would. And I don't know, it's upsetting me.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
What
really
else?
fun, though.
It's good.
Like, just a whole ass feather just right there.
What else is steampunk? I don't know.
It's honestly, it's mostly just cogs. Cogs,
Yeah.
Victorian outfits.
How do I give a duck a Victorian outfit? That's the next question we're gonna try and answer.
You might be on your own with that one.
I mean, how do you give ducks clothes in general?
Usually by anthropomorphizing them. And not turning them into a rubber duck.
Yeah.
Paint it gold.
Like,
That now involves colors.
yeah.
It needs a high color.
Okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, I guess you could also give it like a waistcoat type thing, but with how it's sitting, it's a little hard to.
I guess there are
see.
elements of like the Dishonored sort of design that you could
Yeah,
use to.
I'm trying to like channel Kieran the Jindish clothing. That's not
Quack-
what I thought I would do, but you know, here we are.
Can we make
Like,
a pun
quack-
on Kieran Dindosh and Rubber Duckies?
yeah, quacking gin duck is. That's...
quacking Jindish.
That just sounds like a duck that drinks a lot of alcohol.
The old gin duck.
I got Kieran Jindish and I immediately wanted to give it to like Kieran's pencil mustache, but I don't know how this would work on the bill.
Yeah, okay. This is the new where do horses wear trousers? Where do centaurs wear trousers? Where does a pencil moustache go on a duck or a rubber duck? Has the internet already answered this?
I don't think so, no. I'd be surprised if they had.
Time to be surprised, I guess. It's not a pencil moustache, but it's a lot higher than I thought it would be.
Very fluffy.
The issue I take with this is that this implies that you can have a moustache between your nose and eyes.
Yeah, I don't like that. I feel like it should at least be on the bill
Yeah.
and not above it.
Yes, but where on the bill would you put it, is the question.
I don't
But if it's
know.
a pencil one, it can sort of follow the contour of the outside, as it were. We need to round table this. We need a focus group. we need to do some data collection. Go out, people with clipboards, do surveys. Where would you put a moustache on a duck?
Just answer the question. What do you mean, answer the question?
just answer the question. Well, we have the 2% of people say on the end of the beak, 3% say just above the beak, and 95% ran away. Where would you put a moustache on a duck? Stop running away. Oh god, it's staring at me.
We've had a lot of silly conversations.
This has been a bit of a loopy stream, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, it is very fun, but it's
So
also
I guess
like
the next question. I guess the next question is: we're giving it a fancy coat. Is it also going to get fancy pants? And if so, how do you put pants on a duck?
No,
listen, we're tackling this question this one by one. I still don't know where the pencil mustache would go.
I don't think it would have trousers. But that's just me.
We're gonna Donald Duck it.
Yeah,
Possibly.
I think the trousers are too. Or maybe they do have trousers, but they're like on the feet, on the legs, and you can't see the legs, so it's fine.
That's fair. So there's just like, so I. sorry. I'm just imagining like, if the equivalent outfit was on a human, they've just got like a nice suit on top, nice trousers on the bottom, but with their just arse hanging out.
Yeah, essentially.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
Kieran Jindosh with his arse hanging out. That's modders, get on it.
I mean, there are already naked mods for other games. Why not?
They're not fully naked, just perfectly contoured clothes that go right around the arse. Very well tailored.
God, just the exact same outfit that he's wearing in game, except uh, that's an image.
Sorry, Christy. Okay, I can tell you now, I am not writing down on my post-it note Dishonored characters with their asses out. That's not a video I'm planning on making.
Oh, or you could do it with like the long pajamas that have the little unbuttoned flap.
Oh, right, yeah, with the little, yeah.
Yeah. This is my steampunk Kieran Chindosh, but he's uh he's a rubber duck.
Yes, Quack and Jinduck. Yeah, oh, the eyes got more...
Fucking Jinduck.
Yeah, the eyes got a little bit more sultry then when it was taken away.
Good.
Poultry, sultry.
Poultry eyes. Yes, indeed, it does have poultry eyes.
No.
Uh,
I'm glad we went
this
back
is
to the
what
rubber
peak
duck.
performance looks
this
like.
is what beak performance looks like. Uh,
Anyway, Ragdoll. Are you ready to draw another member of the Flightless Bird Rebellion? The Steampunk Flightless Bird Rebellion?
Well, I mean, yes and no, because yes, indeed, there is one more skeleton on here, skeleton in quotes, that has wings. But it's this.
oh,
Oh. You can turn that into a flightless bird.
yeah.
With some creativity.
And we'll just turn a dragon into a bird.
Like
Yeah.
those are clearly mechanical wings. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They've got hinges. Clearly, this is part of the contraption.
Exactly.
What are the birds just existing here in the mouth or something? Just got like
No, just the wings. They're attached to the body. The body is a bird.
look at bird with a long tail and 4 legs.
Look, you don't know how many
Yeah.
feathers are on those to make them wings and fluffy tail.
You could just make it a round spherical bird.
Yes, like that picture of the T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so much fluff.
So much fluff. Remember the owl. You know? This could be an owl.
This
I'm,
could be an owl.
I'm not stopping you turning this into an owl.
Just I don't know why I'm thinking in meme images today, but just the image of this skeleton with the text next to it. This could be an owl. Just-
I mean, this is like one of those I dreamt that a meme existed
Yeah.
and then someone made
Yeah.
a meme of it.
I dreamt a meme existed and the top text said, if this could be an owl, and the bottom text read, then my bananas are boneless. How well do you reckon that'll do on Tumblr?
I don't know.
It's
Tumblr,
impossible to predict these things.
yeah. I mean, there have been like countless of these. I dreamt this meme up, and like it became an actual meme on Tumblr. Then
The only one I vaguely considered doing was having like writing a post that said, do you know what, I'm going to be very sensible and I'm going to look after my money and be financially responsible and stop spending it all on virtual instruments. And then a follow-up post would be a screenshot of a website, Arturia, who do a lot of virtual instruments, and they have a brass library called Talos, and they have. I was going to have a screenshot of the words "by Talos" with the caption "This can't be happening."
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that, but I'm like, who the hell knows that there is a
You're right.
company called Arturia who sell a brass library called Talos? Just for the
Dude.
purposes of that pun.
I mean, to be fair, it is pretty funny.
Also, I went on the webpage and it didn't say buy Talos, it said add to cart, which, you know. But I can mock it up in Photoshop, it's fine. So I did research for this.
You did research for a meme.
Yeah. This is why I can't do memes. Memes have to happen organically, and I do research.
I mean, organically is a big word for this.
The more you look into biology, the more you realize it's just utter chaos. So I think Tumblr fits that description.
Yeah, nature doesn't know what it's doing. It's just lazy about it.
It's great.
It's like, oh, this survived one round. We'll use it again.
Nature doesn't know what it's doing, and neither does Tumblr, so
Yeah.
it all works out.
I mean, that's actually where the word meme came from. It was a sort of cultural equivalent of gene. So a sort of genetic structure would then follow into a mimetic structure. And then obviously the internet got hold of it. And now it is what it is.
And now it is what it is.
Which arguably is an interesting fate for the word meme, that it got taken by the internet and turned into something else. Feels appropriate. I'm glad I got to tell somebody that Talos joke, by the way.
Yeah.
It's been in my head for a while.
It's a good Talos joke. By Talos, this can't be happening.
I just remember finding the sample library and just immediately thinking of that. By Talos. I will.
I like the meme, like just in general, by Talos, this can't be happening. Mostly because I just imagine every time I read it, it's just in my head as this very like dramatic voice. Just like, by Talos, this can't be happening. It just whatever context, it immediately becomes funny.
It's good. It's good when a meme sounds away in your head. So it can add more emphasis than just text. I keep hearing talons. By talons, this can't be happening. That is the catchphrase of one of the characters in the Flightless Bird AU. By talons,
this can't be happening.
I don't think I need to do a video at this point. So I'm doing it already.
Just put together a highlights video of this stream.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to invite the two of you onto the video, because we've all written as much stuff. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, just cut out the things where we're making stuff that aren't birds.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out what I'm doing with these front legs. How am I gonna turn these into wings? Because
lots of feathers.
when bats walk on their hands, they sort of do this. Their little thummy is here. Sort of push this forward. They've got this folded bit going on. But that means that what you've got here is like the hand, and then you've got fingers going up, but the fingers are here. I mean, I guess I could just ignore those.
I would like to point out that the bird I drew was flying on a jetpack.
True.
Precise accuracy here is not necessarily the end goal. Not for me, anyway. You may very well have different goals.
I drew a Kieran Jindosh steampunk rubber ducky. I think anything goes at
Uh,
this point.
and prior to that, your begoggled dodo had a tool belt. So, you know, we can have fun. Also, and there is definitely precedent in this game for adding bones.
Yeah,
I'm thinking back to my legfish.
no one said you couldn't add bones.
No one said you couldn't add bones. In fact, there was a distinct dearth of rules.
I yeah, there are no rules to this game. Anything goes.
Also, it's just occurred to me that I don't think I've ever said the word Darth out loud, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Darth
That's fine.
Vader.
There's lots of words that I've said where it's like, I don't know if that's how it's actually said because I only ever see it written down. I had a student come to my office and was asking me some math history questions, and it's like, okay, I know sort of what the guy's name is, but also it's a French dude, and also I've only ever seen it written down, so please excuse me, I have no idea if that's.
Dearth.
And you would think.
Ooh. Dearth. Okay. I didn't realize that would appear on stream. They just had a computer voice saying "dearth." Dearth. Sorry. But even then, that might be the American pronunciation. I don't know. Welcome to language.
There. Yeah, maybe next week your iPad will
Dearth.
be in more working order, Misty.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the cable sorts itself out.
Or you can get a new one way or the other. I mean, sometimes you just have to replace tech.
Dearth jump scare. Dearth.
Make Hazel say it.
Uh,
Then you at least have the wrong pronunciation.
yeah, the process of elimination.
Dearth.
Okay, she says dearth as well. So it's Darth. Or dearth.
Dearth. I like Dearth.
Dearth it is. Oh,
You know,
Dearth Vader on the Dearth Star.
with this having a long tail, I'm sort of tempted to peacock it.
Ooh, nice.
Yay!
The cable's pretty much in half by now, my word.
Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator that you need to get a new cable.
Yeah, at the very least.
When
That's one of those things where it's like technically it can be fixed, but you probably do not have the tools to do so.
Yeah.
because dodos kept existing and started interacting with other flightless birds and birds that can fly, peacocks evolved into this.
This is what peacocks look like now. Feel old yet?
The fun thing about peacocks, or at least the males,
Peacocks.
it's one of those things of they can technically fly, but the bigger their tails are, the less they can do it. So they can like flutter a bit, but they can't like fly, and they can't go very far.
Yeah.
So
So it's close
it's
enough
like
to a flightless bird to be included.
Yeah. The flightless bird contingent or whatever they're called have subtly manipulated everything so that peacocks grow bigger and bigger tails, and thus will join them. But things haven't gone quite right.
Anyway, you have my full permission to make a video out of this. If you want to.
The thing is, like, usually when I come up with silly ideas, the next morning I think, why did I think that was good? Like, by the time I actually finish this video, it'll be next year, and we will have completely forgotten about this stream.
Perfect.
And everyone's just going to be like, what?
And we would deserve it
That's fair.
for coming up with this AU of the real world
Yeah.
where dodos live to
I think people call it fiction usually.
to live until the Steam era began, and therefore this all happened. The one change we made
Harness.
to real life history.
How do you draw a harness on a dragon that you're trying to turn into a bird?
How do you draw a harness on a dragon peacock? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows that. It may very well be an unanswered question. After this stream is done, I need to go through the VOD and just write down all of the sentences that.
All sentences that start with "How do you draw this?" or "Where would this be on a bird?"
At one point in this stream, we thought that boneless bananas was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
And it
at
still
that
is.
point it was. It just got weirder.
Nothing wrong with boneless bananas. I keep saying all of my bananas are boneless.
Yeah, but also it's just like, with boneless chicken, it implies that at one point it had bones.
Could you mark it seedless chicken?
Seedless. Oh no, that's just I hate that so much.
Yeah, that one's also sort of.
That is awful. Go to jail.
Although there is a
I've been in jail for like 3 years.
There was a YouTube video I found that was sort of talking about this sort of thing with language. And it's like, so the reason why these sorts of things are upsetting is because basically it's one of those things of, yes, it's true, but you're adding descriptors where it's not necessary. So boneless banana, again, you've got the problem of like, okay, but you don't need to add that. It being a banana sort of implies that it doesn't have any bones. You don't need to specify that, because specifying that it implies that there are boned bananas.
Yeah, it implies the existence of the unpleasant.
So you've got a similar thing with like vegetarian tomatoes. It's like, are there tomatoes that aren't vegetarian?
Actually, one fact I do know about tomatoes is that you could have vegetarian tomatoes because tomato. I can't remember if it's the tomato itself or the leaves of the plant. I don't know if it just paralyzes or kills certain like flying insects, aphids, probably something along those lines, and thus protecting the plant. But then they drop down to the floor, being dead or paralyzed, and get turned into food for the tomatoes. So some tomatoes are carnivorous. And as a consequence, you could have a vegetarian tomato, i.e. one that hasn't eaten any flies.
For some reason, my brain forgot that the word carnivorous existed. I was like, I thought you were gonna say tomatoes are murderers.
I mean,
Which is
not incorrect.
again technically true, but
Yeah, technically true. Yeah,
I mean, you could murder someone with a tomato, but don't.
I'm selling my boneless bananas, my seedless chicken, and my innocent tomatoes.
Innocent tomatoes. Tomatoes declared not guilty by the judge.
Yes.
Uh,
This stream went some places.
See, this still looks weird to me, but I think it has to do with like where the legs are, and I don't know if I can move those easily because most fowl sort of their leggies are here.
No, it's a mushroom. No.
This guy's got the leggies all the way in the back. Also, that is just a terrifying face to behold.
really is. I wasn't gonna say it, but like,
This thing, like, going back to the whole kind of, you know, trying to coerce peacocks into having bigger tails so that they become flightless and join the AU. Not join the AU, they're in the AU, but join the, the flying corps. This looks like, you know, genetic experiment gone wrong. I do not want to live. I am unnatural.
it also just it kind of I don't know what it is about the drawing, but it does look like it's upsettingly big.
Yeah, it's.
Like
I
this
mean,
creature
we've got
is
an ostrich.
not the size of a peacock.
Yeah, we've got an ostrich for scale there.
Oh no.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
They really have turned it into a dragon.
Christy's seen this in Ark. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
now
I think that's about as horrifying as I can make that.
now to show a picture of an actual giant peacock dragon. Google image search, can you help me on that one?
Yeah, the cassowary gang.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if a peacock dragon exists as a drawing.
People have definitely
Let's
done,
see.
yeah. Oh, that's some
Yeah,
cool stuff.
probably. But yeah, the cassowary gangs definitely like hunt this creature
Yeah.
for prestige.
Real cool. Real cool art out there, which I won't scroll too far down. People are good at art.
Yay!
What? And there's a picture of a fish.
Naturally.
Dragon
Yeah.
blood peacock.
Fish are the peacock dragons of the ocean.
Yeah, and we can quote you on that, yeah?
Sure.
I
You can try.
like. So I could quote you on that, yeah? Sure. Like, cut to 5 years later, I've written a novel. I've released it, and one of the quotes on the front is Fish are the peacock dragons of the ocean. Completely unrelated to the book.
It's all the other quotes are just like this book is great and
Yeah.
the best selling novel and then just peacock
Fish are the
Fish
peacock.
are the peacock dragons of the ocean. ChibiNetherlands 2021.
Oh, no. Right.
And everyone is gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, God.
I mean, it would certainly make me open the book to figure out what the heck is going on.
Oh, hang on. I know where I can put that in the new video. I have to write that down. Okay.
on another sticky note to stick somewhere and then later go, wait, what is this?
I have so many notes on post-its. It's what else? What else is on? It's got Gremlin comic. That's on there.
Uh,
Bloodborne TARDIS. That's
yeah.
I mentioned like
I
this.
love everything is so jumbled together, and then there's just angry little rubber ducky.
So what is this? What am I looking at? I don't like how
Madness. That's what we're looking at.
I don't like how one of the bubbles from your Magikarp is like intersecting with the eye of
That's not great.
K-Bub.
Makes it look like it's got a double eye going on.
Yeah. These drunks were madness. We've talked madness.
This was very much. This was a good loopy stream. We've gone from the spoopy season to loopy season.
It's just that November mood.
Yeah, it's the November. My brain when I realize it's almost 2022.
But you see, now all of us have gone through the daylight savings time switch, which does screw with people.
Yeah,
There have been studies on this, so we can just all blame it on daylight savings time.
it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shine. It's just an eye shine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, this is your brain, and this is your brain on time. Cool. So, how do we end something like this? I don't know. I'm going to end it by going to the welcome screen, so we don't have to look at that anymore. And I'm going to say thank you very much for this utter absurdity. It was a grand old time.
I mean, even though I'm not gonna do anything with it, the fucking steampunk bird AU rebellion is gonna live in my brain for at least the next week.
It's a thing now. It's we cannot escape its existence.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for doodling. Thanks for all the bones, Ragdoll, setting this all up.
Yay.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the bones.
Did you expect it to
Many
go this
bones.
way?
I mean, I never
If
know
yes,
where these are going to go.
how?
So I just
You draw
there's no way of predicting.
You drew goggles on a dodo, and here we are. Yeah.
Bananas are boneless.
Bananas are boneless. Chicken is seedless.
Chicken
Tomatoes can be innocent.
Tomatoes are innocent.
Yeah. And on that note, thank you for coming along. I'll be back on Tuesday with 16 Symbols, possibly the finale. Probably the finale. I guess the week after.
Unless you just create a new column of symbols.
Yeah, exactly. We've revealed all of them at this point, but who knows how long the final cutscene's going to take. That might be a rewrite thing. But yeah, and then we'll probably, the Saturday after that, if nothing else is happening, we'll probably do the rewrite stuff. Yeah. So thank in general. Probably sprinkled in with some blame, but thank mostly. I'm going to take a large quantity of the blame, but
I drew that Magikarp and I thought this stream was pretty, par for the course at that point.
yeah.
Nothing really that weird was gonna happen, and then, it went places.
Yeah, and then I drew a perfectly normal walrus. Life's grand.
Yeah.
And then from like the 1 hour
Do
mark.
we even know what par is for these streams? Because I don't.
It's like 20 above. Like it's par for these streams is everybody else is using a golf club and we're using a leaf blower. Like,
It's like at, if there are 4 of us, at least 2 are trying to like actually do the thing, and the other 2 are trying to do something else, but they're trying to do something different.
hmm,
That's usually how it goes. It's also like how it goes with, I mean, bodybuilding challenges. That's just everyone's kind of trying to do its own thing, and I'm there to completely derail everything.
that's fair.
That's the role I've taken upon myself in that challenge.
And we appreciate it. Sorry, I'm getting very distracted by cheek mustache, that rubber duck.
Cheek
It's
mustache.
like up on the cheeks, over the nose. It's weird.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we've got to end the
That's
stream.
right. The 2 ducks are going to be right on top of each other.
But yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's a good point. I'm not gonna. That's gonna be too scary for stream. We're gonna end the stream. Thank you everyone for coming along. Hope you have a lovely week. Because apparently it's a new week, so
Yeah.
that happens. Time again, bloody thing. Thank you for giving you so much to draw. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you didn't. You drew something less cursed than anything we said or drew.
I hope so. We said and drew so many cursed things today. It's above average.
It's loopy season. We're allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.